guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Jen, and today I am going to be talking about touring Universal Studios and Universal Islands of Adventure in Orlando, Florida without going on any rides at all. I recently had a client reach out to me and she said that she has always wanted to go to Universal Studios and Universal's Islands of Adventure, most especially because she was very much into all of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter things going on there. But because she is not able to go on any rides at all, has never been. And that kind of challenged me to go ahead and see everything that you can do in Universal that does not involve rides. And let me tell you, I was really surprised with how many things there are. So you can go ahead and check out the coordinating blog post because that will give a decisive list of every single item that I'm talking about today. And if you're going to Universal and you are unable to go on rides due to a pregnancy, an operation, anything that you may have going on medically, or even if you're just traveling with smaller children and you're not able to really go on any rides, you might want to print out this list and you can see how many things there are to do ride-free in Universal. Okay, so let's get started because like I said, there is a ton of stuff and I have a big list of things on my phone for the blog post. So I'm just gonna go through the list and tell you a little bit about the experiences because I recently went to Universal and I have done a lot of these things because I really don't enjoy all of those really big thrill rides that lots of people go to Universal for. Okay, so since most of the things to do are located in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, I'll start there, but there's also a bunch of stuff outside of the Wizarding World, which will be towards the end. So skip more towards the end of the video if you are not interested at all in the Harry Potter stuff, which I think is kind of impossible, but you know. To each his own, right? Okay, so in Diagon Alley, which is on the Universal Studios side, you can take the Hogwarts Express train. It's a must-do, and definitely take it in both directions. So also take it from Hogsmeade back to Diagon Alley because the experience is completely different each way. Okay, and then once you get there, you're going to want to go to Gringotts Bank. Now, you do not need to actually get on the ride, but you need to check out the dragon that blows fire out into the street. So definitely check that out. That's really cool. But also go on the queue for the ride and walk through so that you can see all of the Gringotts goblins, the goblin bankers doing their thing. That's a lot of fun. So definitely enjoy walking through the queue and get some great video and just be able to take all of that in. And then when you're about to get on the ride, just don't. So that's a thing. You can totally do that. My next idea is to go to Ollivander's wand shop. This is a lot of fun. You can wait online to have the whole experience where they do a little pre-show and one person is chosen from the crowd and they get to have a wand chosen for them, and then you all go into the Ollivander store and get to pick out your wand. And if you don't want to do the pre-show that they have going on that you wait online for, you can just go right into the shop and you can pick out your wand. So you're definitely going to want to get an interactive wand so that you can use it all through Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade once you head over there. And that in itself could take a full day because there's so many different spells that you can cast throughout both of those areas that are a lot of fun. They give you a map to go along with it, so you can take the map from park to park and you can just have fun doing all of the spells. Okay, the next thing is to go to Gringotts Money Exchange, and this is a little money exchange place where you can go in and speak with one of the Gringotts goblins, and it's interactive. He'll talk to you, and you can also exchange your Muggle money for Gringotts money. So that's a lot of fun to do as well. Also, before you actually walk into Diagon Alley, you're going to be in London, and you totally need to go talk to the bus driver for the night bus. Very entertaining. That can take up a good amount of your time. It's so much fun just to watch him interact with different people coming and going. And you can also talk to Dre Head, which is the shrunken head hanging on the night bus. There is also a phone booth that you can go into right outside of Diagon Alley while you're still in London, and from the phone booth you can call the Ministry of Magic, and if you know the correct phone number to call, somebody will actually pick up the phone and speak with you. So that's a lot of fun too, just exploring that whole area. And if you look up at the building, you'll be able to see Creature peeking out of one of the windows. Okay, and then once you go into Diagon Alley, you're surely going to have to use the bathroom at some point in time. Make sure that you go into the Moaning Myrtle bathroom, where you can hear Moaning Myrtle crying and talking and making all kinds of noise echoing throughout the bathroom. It's super fun to experience. And then walk into Nocturne Alley. It's really creepy and dark. There's lots of fun interactive wand experiences going on in there. And then make sure that you also head into Borgin and Burke's, which is really a fun store to explore. There is the Vanishing Wardrobe in there, and you can hear a bird tweeting, which is really neat. And then there is also this big crate on the ground that's rumbling and moving around and making all kinds of noises, which we believe that Mad Eye Moody is trapped in there. So just lots of things that are relevant to the movies, and it's just really a fun experience in itself. And then you need to go to Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. So a lot of these experiences are in the shops in Diagon Alley, but they are so worth seeing and an experience in themselves. And there are so many fun things in these stores, lots of obviously pranks that you can purchase, and it's just a lot of fun to tinker around with all of the things that they have on display. And then you can go to Madame Melkin's Robes. Here you can see on display as well as purchase the dress that Hermione Granger wore at the Yule Ball. It's beautiful, but there's also a mirror where you can try things on, or you can actually just go stand in front of the mirror and the mirror will talk to you. So again, so many fun interactive things going on in these stores. And then also go check out the Magical Menagerie. And this is where you can buy yourself an owl or a cat. So you can purchase Crookshanks, Hermione's cat, or you can purchase Hedwig, Harry's owl, and they have scabbers there and just all kinds of crazy creatures that you can buy, and it's just a lot of fun. And then in addition to that, over to the Quality Quidditch Supplies store. Lots of fun if you're into the Quidditch supplies. They have sweaters and t-shirts and keychains and pins and all kinds of fun stuff. And also fun shows to see, like Celestina Warbeck in the Banshees. She has the most beautiful voice, and around the holidays she sings Christmas themed and holiday themed songs, which is lots of fun. Also, the Tales of Beetle the Bard show is incredibly entertaining. I very much enjoyed watching this on our last trip, and what we did was we went to Florian Fortescue's ice cream shop and we got ourselves some great ice cream, butterbeer flavored of course, and then we just sat right on the ground and watched the Beetle the Bard show. So definitely consider doing that. And then you can also go to the Leaky Cauldron restaurant for a meal, because the restaurants are so much fun. It really feels like you are right in Hogwarts Castle having a feast. So definitely check that out. All right, so now we're going to head over to Hogsmeade in Islands of Adventure. And again, you're going to take the Hogwarts Express train so that you can have that other experience. And Ollivander's wand shop is there as well, so you can do the whole wand experience. You can cast your spells throughout, play around with all the spells in the shop windows and other areas that they have. Just look at your map and make sure that you get to do as much as you can with your interactive wand, because it is a lot of fun. And also, Okay, so the Forbidden Journey, you're not going to want to ride on it, but you are going to want to go into Hogwarts Castle. I feel like that is what it's all about. It's the Cinderella Castle of Universal. So you definitely want to do a walkthrough of the castle, and you can do this. You can get online, get right on the queue, and don't worry about getting on the ride. Just walk through the castle, walk through it all the way until you can't anymore, and then you can just exit the line and leave. They have areas throughout where you can actually exit. If you're not sure exactly where, you can always ask one of the workers where you should leave the line when you're done exploring the castle. So totally check that out. I think it's one of the most fascinating and well done parts of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It really honestly feels like you are walking through Hogwarts Castle. The pictures talk to you, and there's like the big staircase, and everything just feels so real. Then you're also going to want to check out Filch's Emporium of Confiscated Goods. That's hard for me to say. Filch's Emporium of Confiscated Goods, which is the shop that you go into when you exit the Forbidden Journey, and that is where Filch stores everything that he takes away from the students because they shouldn't have had it, or he is just aggravated with them, or whatever the case may be. So that's just a fun thing to check out as well. And then you can head over to the Owl Post, and the Owl Post is fun because you can mail letters from there, and they are stamped from, there's actually one in Diagon Alley, and then there's also a place over in Hogsmeade where they can stamp a postcard or a letter that you have, and the postmark will say either Diagon Alley or Hogsmeade. So that's just so much fun to do, and I did do this on our last trip. I bought a book of postcards and I had them all stamped. Even though I had not yet mailed the postcards out, I just had the stamp put on it so that I could send it to people, and it's just a super fun souvenir to bring home. And of course, no trip to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is complete without going to Honeydukes and getting a chocolate frog, or getting Birdie's Bots, or any of the crazy candy that they have in this candy store. It is so well done, it is so beautiful, and it's just a lot of fun to explore. So definitely check out Honeydukes. More shows over here at Hogsmeade. You can see the Frog Choir show. They also have the Tri-Wizard Spirit Rally show, which is really cool. And make sure that you go over to Dervish and Barges to see the Nimbus 2000. And this is the store where you can buy yourself a broom, or you can buy yourself a golden snitch, and all of those kinds of things, which is super fun. Okay, of course, the nighttime lights on Hogwarts Castle are amazing. If you can stay late, definitely stay after sundown. Check out the schedule and see what time they're doing this, because it is the most beautiful thing that I have ever seen, especially at Christmas time. So if you happen to be there over the holiday months, the Christmas display that they have on this castle coinciding with the music is just so incredible and magical, and it's my favorite thing ever at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So definitely take the time to see that, and if you do decide to go over the holiday season, you're going to have even more things to do in addition to all of the things that Universal has to offer, because Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade is going to be decorated for Christmas, and it's going to be so beautiful, and you're really going to want to see the castle display. And then make sure that you head over to Hogshead for some butterbeer or some pumpkin juice. And butterbeer comes in many different forms, so you can get it iced, like as a slushie. You can just get normal butterbeer. You can get it hot, which I highly recommend, especially around the holidays. That's how I most like it. Or you can get it in ice cream form. So make sure that you try butterbeer in every way that it comes available to you. And then of course they have the Three Broomsticks restaurant here, so you should have a meal there as well, because again, it does feel like you are right there in the movie eating at the Three Broomsticks. Totally don't want to miss out on that. If you're looking for more to do outside of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, we have the Animal Actors on Location show, Fear Factor live show, the Bourne Stuntacular show, During the holidays, they have Macy's Balloons and Float walkthrough this year, and that's going to be from November 13th through January 2nd. In previous years, they had a Macy's Day Parade with all floats that were actually in the Macy's Parade in New York City. It is something to see, and if and when they bring it back, you really need to check this out at one point in your life, because if you can't make it to the parade in New York because it's just insane, and I live pretty close to New York and choose not to because it's that crazy, but you really can get a good feel for what this parade is like by going to Universal and being a spectator and actually getting to experience it. So definitely check it out one day. And this year it's going to be a little bit of a different experience, but I still think it's going to be incredibly fun to see nonetheless. And then they also have the Universal Superstar Parade, which is really cute. You can see lots of fun Universal characters in that parade. They have the Blues Brothers show, Universal Orlando's Cinematic Celebration, and the Horror Makeup Show. Okay, so are you guys convinced there is enough to do in Universal at this point without going on rides? Now we're going to head over to Islands of Adventure, where you can see the stories you'll hear in Zeus Landing. And Zeus Landing is so cute, especially again around the holiday. They have all of the characters from Whoville, and they really look the part. They look like they came right out of the Grinch movie. It is spectacular, and they are so in character. They interact with you, they run around and talk to people, and it's just something to see. It's really a lot of fun, and the Grinch is usually there as well during the holiday season. Then you can go over to the Poisidian Fury show when they have that. Again, check the schedule of events to see what they have going on. Things change up at different times of year, and of course right now we're in kind of a weird time, so everything is not always up and running as it should be, so definitely check out the schedule prior to your trip, but that is something fun to see as well as the Mystic Fountain, which is a fountain that is interactive and talks to you. And then they have games over at Jurassic Park. They also have games that you can play in Toon Lagoon. These are carnival style games that are fun to do, so totally check that out. They have the King's Pin Arcade, Jurassic Park Discovery Center, where you can see T-Rex fossils, you can see dinosaur eggs, just a really fun area to explore. And then if you have little kids, they have Camp Jurassic and If I Ran a Zoo, which are kid play areas that are lots of fun. Okay, so in addition to this, Universal has live actors that are going through the streets periodically and putting on shows. So even just walking around, you can likely see actors singing and dancing and doing fun things. I specifically love Marilyn Monroe. I feel like she does such an amazing time, and she's so comical to watch. That's one of my favorite things to see. So you're always going to be very entertained no matter what you're doing. And if you want to go on some pretty tame rides, and these are things that basically don't move much at all, here are some things that you can do in Universal Studios. The E.T. ride, where you're on the bike and you're just going through basically the movie. It's really a lot of fun. They have the Shrek 4D ride, where you're sitting kind of in a theater seat, and it does move around a little bit, but it's not really anything too intense. And then we have Race Through New York with Jimmy Fallon. Now again, you're in a big theater, and this is another 4D experience, and your seat does move a little bit more on this ride, and if you tend to get motion sickness, especially when you're looking at a screen, this one might bother you, but I think that it's pretty tame. It's not like going on a roller coaster. You're not really moving a lot, and it might be something that you can handle. And then over at Islands of Adventure, the only thing that I really could find there was the High in the Sky trolley train in Zeus Landing. So there's more to do, obviously, on the Universal Studio side as far as very tame rides go. So If you were apprehensive about going to Universal because you cannot go on rides for whatever reason you have, I think this probably convinced you by now that you totally can go to Universal Studios and Universal Islands of Adventure and have plenty to do. You literally can go probably for 3 days and spend all of your time doing things that have nothing to do with rides. So I hope that this helped you if that is the situation that you're in, or if you're just looking to take a break from rides throughout your day and to do something a little bit more relaxing. Hopefully this list helped you, and I think you have plenty of ideas of things to do also in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter as well that have nothing at all to do with going on rides. Please go ahead and check out that blog post and you can see some more there. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, I would love for you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if I missed something, please let me know in the comments below if there is anything that you would like to add to my list of things to do in Universal and Universal Islands of Adventure without going on any rides at all. I hope that you're all doing well. I'll see you really soon and take care. Bye.